All right, here I am in these mountains and on the side of the road. That's where I parked my bike down there. Kind of took a little hike up here and found this really cool rock. I don't know if you can hear that chipmunk in the background, but it's loud. I thought this had a really cool, really interesting pattern. And so walking along here, I found one just the right size to make a sphere. And it looks like it's some kind of basalt. There's a lot of basalt all around here, but this one has a lot of gray and brown in it. It still could be basalt, just has some kind of minerals mixed in it. Yeah, it has like some kind of camouflage pattern, and I'd like to see if it doesn't break on me when I cut it. I'd like to see if this pattern continues through it. I think this could make a really nice sphere with that pattern. All right, so after finding this one, I found a darker version, and it also has that interesting pattern in it. So I don't know if it's on the outside, but I did come across a bunch of this kind of stuff, which were just pieces that were busted off a larger stone. And so it looks like this pattern could be running through the rock. So I thought it'd be interesting to get a darker one and maybe a lighter one. I'll try and find a size that works, because I will have to put them in my backpack and ride. But yeah, I'll have to make a choice here. But I think it'd be interesting to get like one that's more of a medium gray, a dark one, and a light one. So let's collect them and get them cut. All right, here we are at the saw, and we've returned with these 3 colored stones, these spotted pattern stones. So we have a light, medium, and dark. And on the outside, yeah, you can definitely see that there's a spotted pattern, but let's see if it will run through the stone also after we cut it. We'll probably start with this medium one, then the light, and the dark, and see how it goes. So, all right, wish us luck. All right, here it is finished. There's a lot of pitting, so there's a lot of voids in the stone that were just cracking. I don't know how it will, how it'll grind. So I think I have enough to do a second one, but if this thing falls apart on the grind, then I'll try a second one, but otherwise we'll stick with this one and see how it turns out. It does look like there's that kind of a leopard spotted pattern throughout. So I hope it works out in the end. So we'll give it a try. I left quite a bit on these edges because I noticed it was just kind of crumbling. So I hope it works out. I think it might, but you never know. All right, here we go. We're done with the grind, or we're done with the cutting. Now it's time for the grind. And as I mentioned in my last video, these do have quite a bit of the edges that need to be cut down, but I didn't because of these voids that I ran into, and I didn't want to expose them anymore. I'm hoping that they will grind out, and that will hopefully it'll grind out smoother and not continue with the void. So that's also why I'm using these pads as opposed to the other grind pads that I sometimes do. So I have this new machine that I built, and the reason is because the other machine, which I still have, the motors on the other one, they were bad motors. They had, in the gears, I think they were made of plastic, and they didn't have much torque on them at all. And because it didn't have any torque, the motors just kept going out, and I kept buying new ones and replacing them. Now I might buy new motors for it and get it going, but for right now, that's going to have to be a plan for later, because I do like that it spins at a fast RPMs and gets the stones polished pretty fast. Whereas my old machine, it moves so slow. It takes about an hour to polish a stone, whereas I think I can cut that in half with the other machine. So this machine I like. It has variable speeds. I can make it go as fast or as slow as I need to, and it does have these gearboxes which give them quite a bit of torque. But I'm not going to recommend these motors yet until I put a significant amount of hours on them. So I'll make a video about that later. But they do move at very high RPMs right now, so much that I kind of made this funny looking water catch where the sides are up kind of high to keep from the water flinging out and making a mess everywhere. So I'm gonna put this stone on it, and we'll get it going. Okay, here we go. Got the water going. Gonna turn the machine on, and we'll see how it goes. Right now I have it set for about 100 and maybe 120 RPMs. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. All right, we're finished with the grind, and you can see that there's a lot of these cracks. I believe they run through the stone. It's just the way the stone is. This sample or this specimen, just not that great of a stone. Maybe I will be fortunate to pass by that same area and collect another specimen that hopefully won't have these voids in them. But I still think it's a nice looking stone. We're going to continue with it because I still think it'll be attractive. So we're going to go with the first round of polish, and I got 100 grit ready to go in my old machine. So here we go. All right, first round of polish. All right, we're done with the first round of polishing, so we'll get to the next one. All right, here we go for our second round of the polish. All right, here we are wrapping up stage 2 for the polish. Fell in the sump. Looks like it's, yeah, like those patterns, the light and dark patterns that are throughout it. I hope it turns out great after the final finish. All right, here we are. We have the stone ready to be put into the 800 polish. All right, here we go. All right, this round is over. Let's take a look. You can see after this round, after the 800 grit, it's starting to get a little bit of a shine. You can see some of the reflection of the light above. And as nice as it is here, we're going to continue. We'll go on to 1500 grit, and that's where it'll bring the gloss. Right now, I still like the looks of these, more of a matte satin finish. But if we want the colors to pop, we're going to have to go to a higher grit. So here we go. Okay, here we are with 1500 grit. All right. We have finished the 1500 grit. Let's wipe it off and take a look. All right, here's the shine on after this 1500 grit polish, and I really like it. I'm curious to see what it will look like after a 3000, but as of now, you can definitely see the different coloration with these spots throughout. I think we'll probably talk more about it later, but it looks like it's turning out. All right, here we are on the final polish on 3000 grit. All right, here we are finished with our 300 or 3000 grit. So let's take it under some good light and check it out. All right, here we are with the final product. This stone had kind of a tough journey with us. It wasn't that great of a specimen to start out with, and as you can see in the beginning, there were a lot of voids. The more I tried to cut them out, the stone just continued to get smaller and smaller until I ran out of space. So although I do like the stone itself, it has a lot of character. I like that it has these spots. Let's try and see if we can zoom in. You can see the change in coloration, these spots, almost leopard-like. But it's difficult to see them on the camera because of all these cracks, or what looks like cracks. They're a mixture of other minerals, and it's difficult to really see a lot of the spots. But it's a very, very smooth stone. I'm rubbing my fingers across it, and you can't feel any cracks. The stone. It wasn't the most ideal specimen to start out with, but in the end, it is an attractive stone. There's a lot going on with this. There's so much detail. There's so much color and patterns running throughout it. It's a nice piece. I was hoping for something with less minerals, less other minerals. These white stripes, these crack looking sections. I was hoping for something a little more. The gray color would be showing with its spots. It's difficult to see, but it still turned out nice. And so we'll definitely keep it. And if I ever go into that area where I found this, I'd like to collect some more specimens, and hopefully we can make ones that that are a little more attractive, little less detail, little less having other minerals in it, and then we can be able to see the spots better. But otherwise, overall, I still think it has a lot of character. All right, if you like this video, share it with somebody, and we'll see you on the next one.